Hello, hey, how's everybody doing? How are you doing? How is Facebook? How is social media treating you? Hope you are doing fine. I'm here too, welcoming the sunshine. Finally, we get to see some sunshine. Hopefully, it lasts. We've been craving for it, and we've been teased and taunted by a little bit of it. But today it's here, so I get to enjoy it. So I'll sit out here and see how it goes. Meantime, I'm gonna share with you two things that nobody tells you about changing your life. Some people will come to you and say, you need to change your life, you need to change the way you do life, you need to change this, you need to change that. But there's stuff that they don't tell you. Hello, lovely Sue. How are you, Queen? Hope everything's fine. So, this is what people are not telling you about changing your life. Number one, some people will direct you to a place where you can find things and so on. You can find resources and all that. But people will not tell you how to move, or they don't tell you that you need to move. They direct you, but they don't say that you need to move, which is really, really sad. Hi, Rory, how are you? They don't tell you that you need to move. So you know what happens? It's kind of like knowing that you're going to work. You get into your car, and you sit in your car, and you don't move from the parking lot. So there you are. Yes, you're in the right vehicle. You're going to the right place. Everything's planned out. You're on time, but you don't start the car. So you don't put the key in ignition. You don't put your foot on the gas. You don't turn the gear. You don't do anything. And you magically want to show up to work. That really becomes a very big recipe for disaster, because you're not going to get to where you need to get if you don't do the right things that you need to do to get to where you are going. If you don't turn the key in the ignition. So if you're trying to change your life and you say, yeah, I want to change my life, and you talk about it and you talk so much and you don't do the right things that you need to do to change your life's not going to change. And when we talk about changing your life, when you move that car from the garage and get to the road, you're not in your garage. You are not in your garage. You're on the road, which means if you want your life to change, there has to be, I love what the sun's doing for my aura. Those of you who know how to read auras or to see auras, you can see it right there. Anyhow, so if you want to change your life and you're not doing the things, you're not putting in place the routines, the activities, the skills that you need to get you to the next level, getting to the next level is going to be very complicated. Very complicated. So you need to put the instruments in place, you need to put the systems in place to get you moving in the right direction. Sometimes putting the systems in place requires you to get rid of stuff. You gotta get rid of stuff. I'll tell you something very interesting that happened to me this morning. Actually, I was following somebody and they seemed to have this magical program, and some people that I respect follow this person. But a couple of days ago I made a comment. I commented on her post, and because I really liked what she was doing, and I said, you know what, one day I really want to learn at your feet. And somebody she responded and said, oh my God, by the way, I'm outside here, bugs are climbing me now. Jeez, I hope I don't get eaten alive. Yeah. So she said, nobody sits at my feet. If you want to be around me, if you want to learn from me, you've got to be beside me. And immediately the energy that put me off. I was like, wow, for me, just saying that I'm learning at your feet doesn't mean that I'm not beside you. It's just a saying to show respect for the work that you're doing, because in my ancestral knowledge, sitting at the feet of a grandmaster and a teacher is something really good. And anyhow, so something nagged me for 2 days, and today I made the decision that much as I loved what she was teaching, much as I loved her concept, it was not for me, because I felt that by continuing to see her in my feed and following her, I'm putting my energy in the wrong direction. And I try to protect my energy and to make sure that everything that I do is geared towards moving my life forward. So so if you can't stay, if you're in a plane and a plane is on the runway, those of you who've ever been in a plane and it stays on the runway for hours on end, everybody gets jittery, everybody gets irritated, you start sending texts, you start wondering what's wrong, you start wondering, everyone gets in this space of anxiety, and it's hard to be calm in that situation. So when you want to change your life and do nothing about it, you're kind of like a plane sitting on the runway. It's not going anywhere. You're in the plane, you can't go back in the building, you're not moving forward. So what are you doing? So that's the point where you need to examine your life and look at the things that are not moving and the things that are moving for you, and try to propel them forward. And that's where, if you get really, really stuck and confused, this is where some of us have had the honor and opportunity to get training to support you on these journeys. Like, I'm stuck, I feel like I'm moving forward, but I feel like I'm running on a treadmill at the same time. The second thing that I wanted to say that you're never told is that you matter. You are the most important ingredient in the whole equation. What am I talking about here? So, we've been raised to think that there is the right way and the wrong way, the good thing and the bad thing, that duality of what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad. And this thought has really, really, really stunted people, because when people try to move their lives forward, they check themselves, because they are trying to make sure they are doing the right thing based on the people around them, or the people who raised them, or the people who've trained them. So they are doing a lot of soul seeking, but doing soul seeking in terms of following that duality. Am I doing it the right way? Am I doing it the wrong way? Maybe I'm doing it wrong here. So people miss out the fact that they are the most important ingredient. Now, what is the right way and what is the wrong way, or what is the alternative? Now, you need to know that the most important thing is doing things your way, the way your intuition says, the way you are spoken to, so your soul has a unique signature. So if you deny your soul that unique signature when you're showing up into the world, and you try to show up in a way that is misaligned, there is disjointedness, and it fragments your energy, and your message goes out in a very weird, fragmented way. And sometimes your message goes out, or you're trying to move your life forward, but because you're not doing things in a way that is aligned with your true self and true calling, then it becomes a little bit of an uphill task. So you end up struggling and struggling and struggling, kind of, it takes you longer, because at the end of the day, you have to come around full circle and realize that you have to do the things that fire you up. You have to connect with that which fires you up, because if it does not fire you up and it's firing up, like I do coaching work, but when I'm talking to my clients, I will tell them, I will provide them with a variety of tools. I can't give you one tool. I will provide them with a variety of tools, and their job is to figure out which tool best works with the situation they are in. As well, what you might find, and this is something that all of you have probably experienced, is the thing that worked for you yesterday might not work for you tomorrow. Sometimes I love upbeat, loud music in the car, and I will play it, and woo, I even put down my windows and just bob my head as I go along to raise my vibration. Other times I just need it quiet. I just need it quiet. And if I'm with my children and they try to connect their phones, their phone music onto their car radio, I just can't stand it. And yet yesterday I might have been having the music going on, bobbing around. So the thing is, what worked yesterday for you could work today, but you don't have to be locked in. That's the term. Don't be locked into that one way of doing things. Don't be locked into the one thing that people have told you over and over again as that's, yeah, if you don't do it this way, it won't work. Sometimes you've got to tune in. Yes, you receive knowledge. It's important to receive the information. But it's more important for you to tune in and take that information, add you the ingredient because you're the special thing, and put your unique touch to that concept. Put your unique touch to that concept, and I'm telling you, you'll fly high. So that is one thing that's the second thing that people are not told about changing their lives, that you need to bring in your personal intuition. You need to connect. You need to make sure things are aligned for you, and that whatever you're doing feels good in your belly. You don't feel like you're not looking over. There was a time I used to worry about who's on my live. I used to worry about what I look like before I go on my live. I used to worry about what clothes I'm wearing, who's gonna be there, the time of day, and so on, trying to get the right time. And sometimes I could see 400 people are online, and I would do the live and there's still 2 people, and that used to bother me until I had to remove that from my system. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna show up regardless, because my message is out to the world, and whoever is meant to listen to it and to receive it will receive it. So I just show up, and respectfully, I'm like, you know what, whoever needs to hear this will hear it. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thanks for sharing. Yes. So even you, as you work on your life, remember, don't be locked into one way of opening a shop, one way of displaying your products, one way of talking to people, one way of looking when you're in a live, one way of action is important, but add you the ingredient, add you. So don't be locked into that. Yes, Rory, yes, it is. That freed me. Honestly, that's what freed me. The minute I learned, the other thing that, I'll share with you this, those of you who do business, Mary, Rory, and others. I had this thing of one way of making money. And until I divorced myself from that, there was a time I even thought that, when I show up for my lives, the people who come for my lives will buy from me. No, because I don't look at that as, I don't limit my monetary sources, because I know that the universe has very many avenues of bringing me money, and all I need to do is show up and share my message to the world, and the universe will know what to do. Like, it will get the message. It gets the what's the word? It gets pinged. Miriam is showing up. So even for you, all you need to do is show up for yourself, and you're going to see doors opening. Sometimes I sit here, and I wake up, like sometimes I wake up in the morning and there's people banging on my mailbox. They don't realize I've been sleeping. It's been nighttime, and they're banging on my mailbox because they listened to a live that I did last year. And they're like, oh my God, I love this message. I want to work with you. They didn't even listen to the one I did this year when I feel more aligned. They listened to the one I did when I was less aligned, or so I thought. So sometimes the fruit that are coming off your tree are not necessarily, you might be looking at a particular, you've done that before. You look at a particular fruit and you're like, I can't wait for that to ripen, and then I can pick it. And the day you go to pick it, you find that there is a bug on it that has been feeding from the other side, and so you can't really eat your mango or something. So yeah, Rehema. Yeah, it's not morning now, it's afternoon, but yeah, I know we have an appointment, and I'll be there right after this. Yeah, so don't be locked into the one way of doing things, the one way of doing life, the one way of making money, the one way of attracting your customers, the one way of running your relationship. Don't run your relationship based on how Mary is running hers. Mary is adding her good juice to her relationship. Her good juice might not be your good juice. You don't have the same DNA. So you go find what makes you tick. You go find what makes you cool, what makes you glow, and add that to your recipe. And you're going to see your life skyrocket and go in direction. Don't limit yourself. Every time you feel you're doing something and a thought comes into your head, it will always come. I promise you. Even for me, it still comes. Thought comes into your head, and it's like, oh, are you doing it right? Are the right people saying it? Oh my God, there's only 5 people here. Sometimes I see 5 people on here. Now I see 5. I don't know how many you others see, but I see 5 people on here, and then I get off my live and there's been like 300 views. I didn't see the others. So now I'm like, you know what? The most important thing for me is to do me. Show up. Add your little ingredient in there. Make sure you spice it up with a little Miriam, a little Mary, a little Rehma, a little Rory, a little Baker. Yes, add that in there, and then you're going to see magic start to unfold. And everything that you do, be intentional. Be intentional. Be intentional. You can't turn your switch on and off. Universe doesn't work like that. Or one time I'm aligned, the other time I'm doing my own thing. Be intentional with everything that you're doing, and you're going to see magic unfold for you. Sorry, Mohammed. Yeah, no, that doesn't work like that here. I don't add people to my videos. This is me teaching you guys, and hope this works for you guys, and I wish you the best. I wish you a good life. Those who don't know who I am, I'm Dr. Miriam Sekandi, and I am an energy healer first of all, and I am a mindset mentor and self-empowerment coach. So I support individuals to find their true juice, their good juice, and oh, don't you love that aura? Look at that, rainbowy. To find to find what makes them tick, to find the good juice in them, to find their light so that they can shine it brightly into the world. I do have a number of programs, that you can check out. breakfreezone.com is my website. You can visit it, and there's a number of things there for you. But the biggest one for me that I really enjoy is the transformational journey, where I get to walk alongside you, and we get to see, what's working in your life, what's not working in your life, what can we fix, what can we heal, what can we shed, and what can we take on. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Those of you who are meeting me for the first time, yes, Mohammed, I know. So yeah, so we should talk soon. I hope I can see you soon. Same city, I always see you, and you're like sunshine to my life. Love you. Hi T, you're late. Yes, thank you for sharing. So hopefully that your people can get some good juice. So I'll see you again tomorrow. I'm loving this sharing daily. I've been sharing daily, so check out my page. There's a number of things in there for you to pick up and learn and implement in your life, and hopefully your life can change. So I gotta go. Bye bye.